In the wise words of Les Brown, don't underestimate yourself. You are capable of more than you can ever imagine. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I definitely underestimated myself as I played in the solo zero build Diamond Plus ranked cup and completely surprised myself with my performance. Before we jump straight into the video, I want to thank Jordan White for leaving a positive comment on the channel. I read every single comment, so if you want to be featured in my next video, comment something down below. Let's see if this video can get 1,000 likes. And don't forget to subscribe to join the most underrated zero build community on YouTube. Let's jump straight into the video. Going into game number 1, if you're not aware of the format, you get 4 hours to play an unlimited amount of games. And this is the Diamond Plus Rank Cup, which means all of these players are going to be in Diamond or above. But this tournament won't be a piece of cake. If you're able to get 75 points, you unlock a glider that I already have because of the last time that I played in it. That's not why we're really here. Initially, my goal was to beat my previous record of 341 points, placing me at 124th place. And I completely crushed my goal because we were on a race for first place this entire tournament. This is by far the best placement that I've ever got. Fortunately, game number 1, we died off spawn. That's okay, I stayed positive. We have a lot of time. And in game 2, we're contested off spawn. Woo! Choking. We're already able to get a grappler. Have this whole POI to myself, so I loot up. After I'm done looting, I decide to play a little bit aggressive this game until we get closer into the end game, knowing that if I die here, I still have like 3 hours and 50 minutes left in the tournament. Here's how that went. Like, for what? Bro. Chill. I was trying to use my grapple, but I miserably failed. Since I'm trash at the game and I took so much fall damage, I had to go find somewhere to heal up first. Then we're back in business. Break the floor. Oh, don't come this way. Oh my god, I just fried you. After picking up my 4th kill, this is when I decide to slow down because I now have the medallion and the AR, grapplers, and bunkers. I am set for the end game, so I camped out a bunch of placement points. Here now we're in the end game trying to go for that win. I'm not even weak. I'm not weak. Oh! he's above me, bro. What? I'm dead to zone, man. Man, I'm dead to zone. I should have stayed on high ground. What am I thinking? That was definitely a choke on my part. I should have most definitely threw that bunker on high ground on top of that building. I was the first one there, but I was too focused on trying to get kills, something I'll keep in mind going forward with these tournaments. Either way, a second place with 7 kills put me at 69 points, and we're starting off the tournament in the top 20, but I know if I want to get a really high placement, I'm going to have to win a game, so going into game number 3, I have that in mind. So points are bugged this entire tournament. When I'm in a game, it's only going to show the amount of points that I have in that specific game, but you'll see my total amount of points after every game. And now I'm contested by 2 other players. Let's see if I can clutch up my off-spawn fights. A great way to start the game with 2 kills, and after looting up, I had a plan to try and kill the Peter Griffin medallion, but I rotated really close to that medallion, camped in a bush waiting for that person to rotate to see if I can catch him off guard and hopefully take his medallion and that Peter Griffin pump. Here's how that played out. And he has a grappler. And he has a sniper. If that happened to me, I would have quit playing the cup for the rest of the day. We are looking very stacked now. The only thing I would say we're missing is bunkers, and maybe I should have dropped my sniper to carry the riot shield instead. So now going into this end game, I have to play very smart to try and clutch up the win. Let's see if I can get it done. Definitely pulls because he has forecast. No, I missed. Oh, come on, man. Like, you're not even in zone. Let's go. I know there's a guy in this bush. I have to fight this again. Nice. This guy's invisible or something. Considering I didn't have any bunkers, I played that end game perfectly. And after that game, I'm feeling like him, because with 148 points, we are sitting at 2nd place on the leaderboard. This is when I knew I must be underestimating myself, and now feeling more confident going into game number 4, I get into a very sweaty off-spawn fight. A very sweaty fight that I clutched off spawn, but as I was rotating into zone, I ran into a player who was trying to hold me. This is what ended up happening. Before you call me toxic, I just failed to see why this guy tried to hold me in zone when he had no whites. And on top of that, he ended up choking and not even killing me. There was one thing I could have done to prevent dying there, and that's when I was behind the tree. I should have immediately popped the 2 shield fish that I had in my inventory, and I would have had a lot of more white health, and that would end up buying me some time to try and find some whites while I'm rotating. Nonetheless, we're sitting at 162 points and are still very high on the leaderboard, sitting at 4th place. So as long as I stay consistent, this is already the highest placement that I've ever been, but I understand that there's a lot of time left in the tournament and I have to stay on top of it in order to maintain my spot, and let alone try and maybe get the 1st place finish. Going into the next game, we're contested off spawn. Let's see if I can keep my consistency going. And that right there is why I think maybe I should consider carrying the ride shield more often, because it definitely kind of saved my life there. A great way to start the game with 2 kills, and now I'm just hoping to make it into the end game, because as long as I consistently place high in every game, I'll be able to maintain my high spot. So for the entirety of the game, I'm just rotating through storm, avoiding fights, making sure I can make the end game, and possibly try to frag out there. I do exactly that, and here's how the end game goes. Oh. Trying to pick up this medal. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm choking. I'm such an idiot for that. Start rotating. Start rotating. Oh, I'm dying. Watch it. Why is he pushing? Because I'm an idiot. And I should have been holding the ride shield that entire time, and maybe I would have won that fight. And on top of that, if I didn't take a lifetime to try and pick up the medallion and storm and take so much whites, probably wouldn't be able to kill me that quick. So honestly, that was a choke on my end. That game was very winnable. Either way, we made an end game and stayed consistent, just like I planned to do. And with 211 points, we're still sitting within the top 5 on the leaderboard. And we're about halfway through the tournament, which is insane because at this point, I'm starting to lose my mind. Playing a solo tournament for this long is definitely not healthy for your mental. To make things worse, in my next game, I had to endure another sweaty off-spawn fight. Now, don't worry, I'm gonna skim through some of these games and show you some of the best moments. That way, you don't have to sit here for another 20 minutes watching this video. But anyway, here's how that sweaty fight ended up going.
same kid from last time, bro.
I have fought that kid over and over, and I think after that he finally learned his lesson and he never ended up running into me again. After that, I was able to rotate in, pick up a kill, but then unfortunately died, and now I'm sitting at 230 points. Because I didn't make it into the end game, that one kind of hurt. I now fell out of the top 10, so I need a good game here to bring myself back into that high position. So going into this next game, we're contested off spawn yet again. We barely clutched up off spawn. I was able to basically rat out the entire game and make it straight into the end game. Okay, this guy pulled... Bro, like... The fact that this guy's trying to kill me for some weird reason, bro, made me waste 2 bunks. I probably didn't need to. I couldn't, there was no AR ammo in my bullets, bro. I couldn't switch to my AR. I was definitely pushing that kid because of my ego and I was annoyed by him spraying me. And to be fair, I ended up picking up the kill. And maybe if I had a drum gun there at the end, I would have definitely won that fight, stayed in the bush, and would have been in a very good position to go for the win that game. Nonetheless, because that's exactly what we needed, and we climbed back into the top 5, sitting at 3rd place. After this, we kind of hit a rough patch. I tried to mix up my drop, die off spawn in the next game. Then I was completely uncontested in the next game. Rotated to the Peter Griffin medallion. Tried to make the bush play yet again, but completely choked and died. And thanks to some placement points, we're sitting within the top 10 with 289 points. But I need to step it up yet again to try and maintain that spot. So in the next game, I was able to win my off-spawn fight, and we were finally able to make another end game. And here's how that went.
It's gonna start getting rowdy. I don't know why y'all are holding me. What am I playing right now?
Could have done better, but that game was much needed. With 343 points, we're still sitting within the top 5. I am honestly impressed with how well and consistent we've been able to maintain that high on the leaderboard throughout the entire tournament, never falling out of the top 20. And we're about 10 games in with an hour left. This is the last stretch. We climbed ourselves back in the leaderboard. We need to stay consistent, and we start the next game on a very good note.
Yo, what is going on? Excuse me. There's guys sitting on top of a tree. Oh, he fried this kid. I killed him. I killed this kid. I killed this kid. Stole that.
After a very successful early game, let's see how we can do in the end game.
Not the steal, man. Now this guy's gonna think I'm weak, but I'm really not. Bro stole my kill. But why? Why?
Honestly, at this point, my brain is fried. I don't know why I try to rotate through that same way that I got fried from in the first place. Nonetheless, with 380 points, we're still looking pretty good. We're somewhere in the top 10 on the leaderboard. Now, we only have 30 minutes left. I really need to finish out strong. Going into our next game, we die off spawn. And the game after that, we are heavily contested. And I need to clutch up here, have a good game, and maybe even load into my very last one before time runs out. Let's see if I'm able to do that. After clutching up those off-spawn fights, I tried to rotate and make sure I'm able to make it in the end game, but right before we're about to get into our end game, this ends up happening.
The shotgun wasn't shotgunning, man.
Unfortunate that I died kind of early in that game, but honestly it was meant to be because we were able to get into another game after that, and this is our last game. We're sitting at 400 points, putting us in the top 5 currently. We must do well this game in order to stay high on the leaderboard. Now, unfortunately, I think it was too late at this point to go for first place because there was a pretty big point separation between first place and everybody else in top 10. But at the very least, I'm trying to finish within the top 10, and that will be my highest placement that I've ever gotten. So in our last game, we're contested off spawn. Let's see if we can make this happen. Very good that I was able to clutch up off spawn, and my side of the map seemed to be fairly uncontested, so I was able to get a lot of free placement points and a very free rotate towards the end game. But because this was the very last lobby of the tournament, everybody was playing safe, trying to stay alive, so this end game was absolutely stacked, and my loot was kind of looking shambles. Let's see if we can make something happen. Kids are playing so weird. The ride shields, man. I definitely panicked a little bit at the end. I could have played the bunker a little bit better and taken less damage in the first place when I initially pushed it. But ladies and gentlemen, with 436 points, we placed 9th on the leaderboard overall, making it by far my highest placement ever. And even though I'm disappointed that we weren't able to bang out a first place, I am very happy with these results. Now let me quickly summarize what I could have done better so that maybe next time I play the scup, I can go for that first place. The number one thing I need to improve on is understanding end games and also rotating towards the center of the zone early on in the game to optimize good position in the end games. I also need to learn how to properly fight in bunkers, especially when it comes to end games. I notice that I tend to leave myself in the open a little bit too much. If I can nail that, I honestly think I have a better chance of getting first place next time. Now, if you didn't know, I play these tournaments live here on this YouTube channel, so make sure you turn on your notifications so you can watch me unpack this action live. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.